In the grand theatre of life, nothing is permanent, not even retirement. Today, we celebrate the unretirement of the legendary D-Bell. But let's take a quick rewind. While we rejoice in the return of D-Bell, the maestro of witticisms, the purveyor of punchlines, the sultan of satire, let's not forget the woman who steered the ship behind the scenes, Jane Fitzcostellia. Jane Fitzcostellia, a name synonymous with talent recognition, played a significant role in this grand unretirement. She saw the potential in D-Bell, recognised the spark that was still alive in him, and knew that the stage was incomplete without him. But her talent recognition is not limited to just the established names. Just today, she presented an award to a person who has a talent as unconventional as it is hilarious. Miss D, who can, believe it or not, fart on command on Dame Street. This not only demonstrates Jane's vast range in talent recognition, but also her willingness to acknowledge and award those with unique abilities. So, as we witness the grand unretirement of D-Bell, let's also appreciate the reunification of Jane Fitzcostellia and the D-Bell Company. Because his return is not just about the applause or the laughter, it's also about the love of the craft and the essential role of Jane Fitzcostellia in recognising and celebrating it. In the end, it's not about the awards or the recognition, it's about the love of the craft. And that's what brought D-Bell back from retirement, with Jane Fitzcostellia standing strongly beside him. Today, we're diving into the wonderful world of lunch recipes. We have a special treat for you, a dish that's easy to make but doesn't skimp on flavour. The crispy baked aubergine slices with garlic yogurt dip. If you're serving 4 people, the prep time is 10 minutes and the cooking time is 25 minutes. What you will need for the aubergine slices are 2 medium aubergines, sliced into 1 centimetre rounds, 3 TBSP of olive oil, 100 g breadcrumbs, 50 g of grated parmesan, switch to a vegetarian alternative, or omit for a vegan option, 1 TSP smoked paprika, 1/2 TSP dried oregano, and a bit of salt and black pepper to taste. For the garlic yogurt dip, gather these ingredients: 200 g Greek-style yogurt, substitute with a plant-based alternative if you prefer, 1 minced garlic clove, juice of 1/2 lemon, 1 TBSP of finely chopped fresh dill, and a pinch of salt and black pepper to taste. If you like to garnish, have fresh parsley leaves and lemon wedges on standby. Now let's start cooking. Preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius or gas mark 6 and line a large baking tray with parchment paper. In a shallow dish, mix together the breadcrumbs, parmesan, smoked paprika, oregano, salt and black pepper. Brush both sides of each aubergine slice with olive oil. Press each slice into the breadcrumb mixture, ensuring an even coating. Arrange the coated slices in a single layer on the prepared baking tray. Bake in the preheated oven for 20-25 minutes, flipping halfway through, until the aubergine slices are golden brown and crispy. As the slices bake, mix up the dip by combining the yogurt, minced garlic, lemon juice, dill, and a pinch of salt and pepper in a bowl. Adjust the seasoning as per your preference. When the aubergines are ready, arrange them on a serving plate and serve with the garlic yogurt dip on the side. Go ahead and garnish with fresh parsley and lemon wedges for that extra touch. If you're a fan of a bit of spice, sprinkle chili flakes in the breadcrumb or drizzle some sriracha over the dip. Remember, cooking is all about putting your own twist on things. Enjoy! Now, let's take a few moments to delve deeper into the life of our main character, Ms. Bell Pum. As unique as her name indicates, Ms. Bell Pum is a one-of-a-kind woman who shares her world with some equally unusual family members. First, we have her sister, Hauve, round and made of pure candy floss. Much like her sister, Hauve's children are also a spectacle to behold. Pole, a male polar bear, is the oldest of the bunch, followed by Zoe, a flossy child made of candy floss, round and sporting short yellow pigtails. Finally, we have Nuddles, the youngest of the siblings, and a golden bear. Hauve, their mother, is also round and made of candy floss, bringing us back full circle to our main subject, Ms. Bell Pum. But it's not all candy floss and polar bears in Ms. Bell Pum's life. Enter Horse Magorse, the antagonist of our tale and Ms. Bell Pum's self-proclaimed archenemy. In the eyes of us, here at Jane Fitzcostellia and Friends, the creators of this video, Horse Magorse is nothing short of a villain. Always looking for a chance to paint the Pum family as mischievous and outrageous, he never misses a beat. To complete this unique family portrait, we introduce you to the matriarch of the Pum family, Curtle Lou. Curtaloo is a rather large lady who requires to be rolled through the door due to her size. One fateful day, Curtaloo consumed an excessive amount of beans and automatic fart powder, causing her to inflate a hot air balloon and set off for Gatwick. However, Ms. Belle Pum had other plans and redirected her to North Wickham instead. This chain of events was so shocking it led to a man vomiting into a boot, which his son later wore unknowing to a pub, causing an unforgettable chain reaction of events. We kid you not, folks, one patron was so sick that he vomited out of his rear end. As outrageous as this may seem, this is just a regular day in the life of Ms. Belle Pum and her extraordinary family. Quite a spectacle, isn't it? Now, as we wrap up today's episode, allow me to share a 5-minute anecdote about the ever-eccentric Ms. Belle Pum. You might remember her from the recent Aquatic Centre incident, where she served a rather unconventional meal of hot poo soup and cold weed juice to some innocent schoolchildren. The aftermath was exactly as you'd expect. The children threw up into the pipes that filled the pools. It wasn't long before, at 1:30, some irate individual demanded the pools to be refurbished mid-swim. An unbelievable 600 people were doused in vomit. 77 unfortunate souls even took a trip down a vomit-infested slide. Let me take you back to another incident. This happened on a Friday night in January when Ms. Belle Pum decided to throw a picnic dinner. Unbeknownst to her, among the 69 guests and friends she invited was her nemesis, Horse Magorse. A jokester at heart, she decided to prank him by inviting some farm animals as well, including 5 pigs. The outcome was far from pretty. The pigs vomited into a pot, and the concoction was served as soup. They urinated into the glasses, and it was served as a drink. Lastly, they defecated plates, and the excrement was served as chocolate pudding. That was Miss Belle Pum's style of revenge for Horse Magorse. The reaction from the guests was just as extreme as you'd imagine, involving a cacophony of sounds and sights I'd rather not describe. Yet, amidst all the chaos, there was Miss Belle Pum, chasing Horse Magorse up the road with a cat and a pair of knickers in hand. Another memorable incident occurred at a late evening church gathering on a Thursday, where she served what appeared to be sugary biscuits. However, in a twist worthy of Miss Belle Pum, she had replaced the sugar with crushed automatic vomit pills and had used explosive diarrhea syrup for the icing. Needless to say, the aftermath was catastrophic. However, amidst the chaos, the only person spared was Ms. Belle Pum. Despite the chaos, these incidents only add to the legend that is Ms. Belle Pum. Her unpredictable antics continue to make her a character that the town will never forget. So here's to more of Miss Belle Pum's unconventional culinary, adventures. As we close, let's take a moment to reflect on the stories we've shared today. We started by celebrating the triumphant unretirement of Dee Bell, a legend who's back to shake things up. Then, we took a culinary detour to explore an exquisite aubergine recipe, crispy, delectable, and paired with a tangy garlic yogurt dip. It's a dish that's sure to make your taste buds dance. We then dove into the peculiar world of the Pum family, from Ms. Belle Pum's unique insistence on formalities to her candy floss relatives and her arch nemesis, Horse Magorse. It was a journey into the realm of the delightfully absurd. Finally, we ended at the Aquatic Centre, where an unfortunate mix of hot poo soup, cold weed juice, and a group of school children led to an unforgettable incident. Whether it's the comeback of a legend, a delicious recipe, a quirky family, or a chaotic incident, life is full of stories, and we'll be here to share them. Until next time, keep living your story. Let's dive deeper into the life of Ms. Belle Pum, a character as unique as her name. Ms. Pum hails from a family that's as delightful as they are eccentric. Her sister Hauve, a poet with a penchant for polka dots, and her nieces and nephews Pole, Nuddles and Zoe, each with their own peculiarities, bring a colourful palette to the Pum family canvas. Their mother, Curtaloo, is the matriarch, a woman of unparalleled wit and wisdom. Now, no family story is complete without a bit of drama, and for the Pums, it comes in the form of Horse Magorse. This character, with his string of pranks and mischief, has declared himself the Pum family's arch nemesis. But the Pums, with their unyielding spirit, always manage to turn the tables on him. Let's take you back to an outrageous incident involving Curtaloo and Horse Magorse. It was a sunny afternoon. The Pums were hosting a garden party. As Curtaloo was about to cut her homemade lemon cake, Horse Magorse, in an attempt to create chaos, released a swarm of bees. But Curtaloo, ever the quick thinker, used her cake as a distraction, throwing it up in the air. The bees, attracted by the sweet aroma, followed the cake, leaving the partygoers unscathed. This incident, while chaotic, only served to strengthen the bond of the Pum family. In the Pum family, there's never a dull moment, and despite their quirks, they're a family through and through. They stand by each other, come what may, turning every incident, every challenge into a testament of their unity. So as we pull back the curtain on the Pum family, remember, it's not the situations we find ourselves in, but how we respond to them that truly define us. Until our next adventure, stay curious, stay inspired, and as the Pums would say, stay wonderfully odd. From a family full of quirks, we now move on to an incident that still has the town talking, the infamous Aquatic Centre soup incident. Ms. Belle Pum, in her characteristic eccentricity, decided to serve an unconventional meal to the school children at the local aquatic centre. On the menu were two dishes, each more peculiar than the other: hot poo soup and cold wee juice. As you can imagine, the children's reaction was immediate and severe. Nausea swept through the ranks like wildfire, and the once pristine swimming pools were contaminated with an onslaught of projectile vomiting. The sight was grotesque, the smell even more so. The staff had no choice but to evacuate the aquatic centre, causing an outrage and buzz in the town that still echoes to this day. Despite the chaos, the incident at the aquatic centre only adds to the legend that is Ms. Belle Pum. It serves as a reminder that the Pum family's eccentricities are not confined to their home, but have a way of spilling out into the community, often with comical, if somewhat nauseating consequences. Until our next adventure, remember, life is full of unexpected events. How we handle them, like the Pums, can turn any situation into a story worth telling. Stay curious, stay inspired, and as Miss Belle Pum would say, there's no such thing as normal, only wonderfully odd.